MSNBC ratings are going down after the semi-retirement of Rachel Maddow, and now Jen Psaki is trying to circle back and find audiences once more. Today, we'll tell you what the strategy is and show you just how bad the numbers are. Existential? You bet.
I'm going to go try to answer as many of the questions as I can, but with the actual truth. Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, and welcome on a Memorial Day weekend, Sunday night. It's going to be all right, folks. We've got you here, and we're happy that you're here. Folks, as we get ready to dive in, consider clicking the like button, and let's take a look at how things are going for Jen Psaki, who MSNBC, they could have not selected a worse time to put her in charge of Rachel Maddow's now vacated hour. Why? Because the hour is here in which we know definitively the kind of ailments that Joe Biden was facing, not just cognitive decline, but also perhaps the C word even back then, if experts in the field, the oncologists, have anything to say about it. Jen Psaki, therefore, has the credibility of those people who told you that, every lie you've ever heard, she's part of that camp. She's in that group. And, here's her new show, The Briefing with Jen Psaki. I want to show you what they're up to try to revivify to save her ratings, which are in the toilette. That's French for potty. Folks, we'll show it to you here. First of all is the show.
Well, there was another White House briefing today, so I figured, why not? It's like riding a bike. I'm going to go try to answer as many of the questions as I can, but with the actual truth. Okay.
Do you see the play here, folks? And they're going to do this a lot now. Jen Psaki is going to have to say the actual truth over and over and over in her new show because she didn't tell you the actual truth for the past half decade or more. But she's going to have to repeat that over and over and over. And the new thing they think is going to stick is the idea of her dissecting the news briefings because she was the former press secretary for Joe Biden. The problem here, of course, is that if she tries to do that, people are not going to buy it because, she may not have been telling the truth. Let's take a look at this out of Yahoo News. HuffPost is the originator here. Lee Moran is the author. Jen Psaki spoofs Caroline Leavitt with ice-cold Trump stunt prediction. Jen Psaki, who was previously White House press secretary for Joe Biden, once again stepped back into briefing mode by using her MSNBC show to satirize the often chaotic briefings held by President Donald Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. In other words, Jen Psaki is a truth teller. Leavitt is not. Trump is a deceiver, even though you know what you know about Biden now. And Jen Psaki is going to do this. She's going to turn her thing into a Jon Stewart style situation. And I'll show you why. It's the ratings. It's the ratings, and OMG, baby, they're bad. In the Wednesday segment, Psaki responded to real questions that have been posed to Leavitt, but as she said when debuting the bit earlier this month, without the usual MAGA spin. She's debuted it, folks. Before a digital backdrop of the White House briefing room, Psaki picked out key themes from a recent briefing. She argued that Trump is a lot of things. A fiscal hawk is not one of them. Dismissed the idea that Trump sees Russian President Vladimir Putin as a villain and predicted Trump may end up flying reporters to Greenland. So that was her thing then. Well, let's go back now. Let's watch a little bit more of the show, and then I'm going to show you what they're up to, why they are so desperate. Truth, 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 truth. She's going to say it over and over and over.
Okay. We're going to start with NBC's Garrett Haake.
On the president's dinner tonight, will the White House commit to making a list of the attendees public so people can see who's paying for that kind of access to the president?
Garrett, we would all love to see that list. Of course, the White House isn't going to release it, though, the list of who's attending the dinner, because they don't want anyone to know who's paying for access to the president.
Folks, do you see the insanity here? I'm not trying to get into politics, I promise. But the idea that the lady that appears to have been part of trying to hide the cognitive decline of POTUS, as well as the person who may have known that he had a serious, very serious, maybe untreatable form of the big C word. Now she's going to tell you that the White House of today, they're trying to keep you from knowing things. By golly, Caroline Leavitt won't tell you the truth. She won't tell you the truth. Jen Psaki, she's the truth teller. Jen Psaki is the one you can trust. Indeed. Caroline, she doesn't want you to know who's going to a dinner at the White House. the ludicrous nature of this. This lady sat there and, listen, there have been good press secretaries and bad press secretaries from both sides of the aisle. The entire history of the country is filled with press secretaries who've done good jobs for both political sides. Jen Psaki sat there knowing probably, almost certainly, that, hey, this guy's got issues. Because I'm here to tell you, folks, if he was receiving treatments for that ailment, the big C word, if he was receiving treatments, there's no way the stuff she was saying about, he's running circles around us, we can't keep up with this guy. He was 80 years old getting treatments for a terminal. No, I just can't. I can't. All right, so what is it they're up to, folks? Why do they have to do this? Why are they trotting out a bit where Jen Psaki is going to try to convince her viewers that she's the truth teller and she's going to bring to you what's really going on at the press briefings? Well, Margaret Flavin has this at the Gateway Pundit. Ratings collapse. Jen Psaki loses 53% of key demographic, fewer viewers than TLC's My Strange Addiction. Now, this is an old article. It's from May 9th. I promise we're not going to stay here. I just want to show you where it was, and then it got way worse, okay? So I want you to see how it was being relayed to you when it was already bad. Jen Psaki took over the Rachel Maddow show, essentially the hour. Maddow's still there 1 day a week. She gets paid as if she's, there 50 days a week, but she's there 1 day a week. I know there aren't 50 days, folks. It's hyperbole. Joe Biden's former press secretary turned MSNBC crank. Jen Psaki got some unwelcome news about her new show. This week, Psaki took over the 9 p.m. Eastern time slot on the network on Tuesday through Friday, which was relegated to only airing on Monday. Psaki's viewers, however, do not seem to be circling back. According to Fox News, her new show shed a staggering 53% of its demo viewers compared to the first episode only 1 day prior. Now, folks, why are they doing this? Why does she have to have a Jon Stewart-style segment where she answers the questions from the reporters? Why is she going to repeatedly say, truth, 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 truth? Because she lost 53%, and it's their most important hour of the day. And that was the beginning. This is where we are now. Going to AdWeek. The most recent we have is May 16th. It takes a while to get these things aggregated. We're going to go down here to the demo. Now, the demo, that's the people that matter. That's the group of people who buy stuff because they're in the age bracket that the advertising is aimed at. We love our 80-year-olds. We love our 19-year-olds, but you're not in the demo because these people are spenders, 25 to 54. Let's see, in the thousands, Jen Psaki at 9 p.m. Just in comparison, Hannity has got 247, and he's not even close to the biggest thing on Fox. Jen Psaki has 45,000 now. 45,000 viewers in the demo. Now, if you think that, listen, to go back, we're back on Gateway Pundit. It was 65,000 at the end of that week, and that was called plummeting, and that was called staggering, and it didn't stop. It hasn't gotten better. 45,000. 45,000. And now, folks, what are we hearing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're beginning to hear some rumblings, some mumblings, definitely grumblings, but we're beginning to hear that there may be an effort to get Rachel Maddow back. Whatever it takes, whatever it costs, they cannot lose this amount of viewership. The ratings can't get this bad. Psaki has driven them down to the point they're drinking Psaki. Yeah, we went there. It had to happen eventually. That was a joke that was just waiting to be made. Hello, middle school. We're back there again. Jen Psaki has them drinking Psaki because they need something to calm their nerves. They are down to 45,000. They are down below what a regular mid-sized YouTube channel achieves on a video in their demo. Jen Psaki is a complete and total embarrassment. And now there are rumors, we'll bring this out, I hope this week, that Rachel Maddow may be taking back at least 3 or 4 of those days, because right now, Jen Psaki is doing an anti-save maneuver on MSNBC. This is their most coveted hour. Now, the effort here is try to do everything they can to save her, but she's beyond saving. I'm telling you, this is the biggest flop we've ever seen in a scheduling transfer. This is worse. This is worse than when we saw Tucker Carlson exited from Fox News and just boom, here you go. This is worse than anything we've ever seen with a cable news network and this transfer. They had time. They had plenty of time to prepare for this. And it has been utterly it's awful. It is absolutely awful. And if you would like to know how bad this is, Rachel Maddow was the only show that was really successful on MSNBC. All the rest, no. Psaki took that. They thought Jen Psaki was going to do the face. She is the press secretary for Joe Biden. Surely she can carry this thing. And what they found out is she was part of that system, sort of the synthetic system that was designed to make you believe that they were organically part of the power system. You selected them. The reality is they're all fake. They're all plastic. None of this is real. And now they're trying to sell you snake water like you wouldn't believe. They're trying to prove to their side of the aisle that Jen Psaki, who was almost certainly part of the cover-up of Joe Biden's decline on multiple fronts, that she's the truth teller. And she's going to take now the press briefings from Caroline Leavitt and edit herself in there to answer them. It's sad. It's pathetic. But not as pathetic as MSNBC's ratings. There are people on the left who could do a much better job than Jen Psaki. And I bet soon they will be. Folks, that's the video for this evening. We've got more content coming your way. The videos never stop for a day, every day, even on the holidays. On this one, please consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And until the next time, folks, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Are you sick and tired of stuff being swept under the rug because you or the media are too lazy to actually deal with it? Or are things just building up around you so much that you can no longer ignore it? Also like the mainstream media? Well, I got the solution for you. I'm Wilton the Troll, and I want to tell you about this revolutionary new product called Jonas. That's right, no longer do you have to put up with stuff shoved under the rug. You can actually get rid of it and dispose of the problem in seconds by using Jonas. You can, in a matter of seconds, deal with the political and illogical buildup of the muck and grime around you effectively and efficiently with Jonas. You might think this is an ordinary vacuum, but you'd be wrong. You can clean up and remove from one end, but Jonas, he actually works from both ends. From the back end, Jonas can blow a whole bunch of hot air, and that's cool. Remember, folks, if you actually want to deal with the dirt and grime the mainstream media has been neglectful about, get Jonas, 'cause Jonas sucks.